Hey everybody, my name is Matthew, and today I'm going to be covering 3 different ways that you can generate your own maps. The first is very simple. You can just start by drawing a bunch of different shapes. Pick a couple shapes that you enjoy. You don't have to be beholden to these and can throw them away at any point. But if there are any shapes that you think this is kind of interesting, you can flesh them out, add some details, mountains, hills, and then decide what you're going to do next. Just let your inner Bob Ross come out. Add some lakes, add some rivers, add a happy little river. Whatever you do, it doesn't matter. You can place a desert, you can place a forest, you can place a reef in a tributary. You don't have to make islands or continents. You could simply start by making different land masses or interesting geographical locations. Make something like the Dragon Maw mountain range. Maybe somebody in your setting can see this from above, and then that's how it got its name. Maybe you are drawing out of necessity. You have a place that you are going to start, you have a place that you're going to end, and you know that the story is going to follow different landmarks. You can make mountain ranges, so that way it kind of keeps people in line or understand that they can't go south because of an ocean. You put grasslands and a forest and say, we're going to have something take place in the grasslands, something take place in the forest. There's going to be this cool battle along a mountainside. And so then your story is progressing to all these different places and ending at the climactic battle at a volcano. So that method is just drawing different things. This next method is by dropping beans on a large sheet of paper and just deciding that you are going to outline where the beans are and make different shapes for your map. For this example, I'm dotting where each location is. That way I can actually get 2 maps out of this one array of randomly placed beans, which you will see in a little while. Now, as long as the beans are approximately within maybe an inch of each other, I'm going to outline that group. If they're too far away, I am going to make them an island instead of part of the main landmass. Another thing to consider is that maybe more beans in an area means more landmass. A group of beans next to each other might equal mountains, for example. And then kind of filling in with whatever I feel like. I decide, maybe some grasslands here, some forests there. Rivers are always going to take the shortest path to the ocean. Just something to keep in mind. And anytime there's a meandering set of rivers going to a flatter location, you might make a lake in that area. Over here is kind of interesting because not only do we have the rivers leading away, but you could also put rivers leading towards a inner lake in this different area. Now to that second map that I was talking about. I'm going to greatly decrease my distance between these points and show you how you'll get a different map that way. Already this looks rather unique, but the big thing here is that because of some of these distances, this main landmass on the previous map is actually broken up into several different landmasses on this one. We get some kind of archipelago islands. Tightening up the distance between your beans can make more of an island map, good for a seafaring adventure. And of course with this method you can put in mountains wherever you feel like. I thought it would look cool if this island was mostly mountains. This island was maybe more hills. Down south I thought this idea was interesting, having mountains on this particular area. The next of course is good old dice. This is very similar to the beans, except we have an added advantage with dice. They are numbered. So what you can do is the same thing with the beans. You kind of outline a general shape of where the dice have fallen, but now we have the added benefit of all of these numbers. What would you do with those? For me, I think of 1s and 2s as very common features, like grasslands and deserts. And then maybe 5 and 6 are forests or lush rainforests. maybe 8 is mountain ranges. So wherever those numbers fall, you can add your terrain. The random numbers next to each other will come up with land masses and landforms and biomes that you didn't quite expect. You know, having a rainforest right next to a mountain range. And there you have it, some very simple ways to generate your own maps. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This video was made for the Worldbuilding Workshop Part 2. You can find that video here, and you can find the playlist for that workshop right here. And until next time, UGM.